If you're getting divorced in the state of Texas and you own real estate, here's what you need to know. Number one, you have options. Texas is community property. I'm not a lawyer, by the way. This is not legal advice. I'm a lender. I'm helping you know your options, because a lot of times a lawyer will not go through what your options are in lending because that's not their profession. However, if you don't know what your options are, you're not going to get the best end result. So for example, if there's a marital home that you own together, what you're probably going to be told is the best line of action is to sell the home and divide proceeds 50-50. And that's wonderful if that's what you both want. But what if one of you needs or wants to stay in the home? What if you have kids that you don't want to move out of the house? What if you have a great interest rate that you don't want to get rid of? What if it's the only mortgage that one of you can afford in this new season of life? There's so many things that we need to consider other than sell and divide assets, because we're dealing with two people who are becoming two families that need a place to live after the divorce. And so what you need to know is what are your options before you go into mediation. So you do have other options than just selling. For example, you own the home 50-50, and that is regardless of who's on the loan. Again, we're community property, so if you're married and you own a home, you both own 50% in most cases. There are some exceptions, but in most cases. So if one of you needs to stay in the home, but you can't pay out your soon-to-be ex their 50% equity, then part of what I do is I say, okay, what are all the assets? Let's look at retirement and savings, and maybe there's a rental property, maybe all of the assets, and say, okay, is there a way that we can make this work where you still both get 50% of your total assets, but one of you who needs or wants to stay in the home can do that? You have options. Let's have a conversation.